A very good afternoon, 8th class. We have studied the chapter Disaster Management, and today we will do some question answer of this chapter. Students, you have to do exercise yourself. First of all, you will watch the video attentively and read the chapter. Then you can try to find out the exercise of this chapter yourself. Clear? After that, you will write so terms you have to do yourself. So student, first question is there, what is disaster? So you will note down, a disaster is a destructive event that occurs suddenly and involves loss of life and property. Disasters can be of two types, natural and man-made. It is sudden accident or natural catastrophe that causes great damage or loss of life. Clear, students? So the second question, distinguish between natural disaster and man-made disaster. So you will write natural disasters, earthquake, volcanic activity, tsunami, floods, cyclones, landslides, avalanches and droughts are natural disasters and man has no control over them. They are result of natural activities and hence known as natural disasters, while man-made disasters are triggered by human beings. Some of the main man-made disasters are bomb explosion, terrorism, war or civil war, leakage of poisonous chemicals, breach in dams, air or water pollution, industrial accidents and epidemics. They are known as man-made disasters because they occur due to human actions and not natural forces. Clear? So you can note down. Now the third question in your book is, what measures should be taken to cope with an earthquake? So आप ये भी लिख सकते हैं कि क्वेश्चन ये भी आ सकता है आपकी बुक में, आप ये भी बना के लिख सकते हैं कि व्हाट इज़ अर्थक्वेक and what measures should be taken to cope with an earthquake. Clear? So an earthquake is a sudden tremor or movement of the earth's crust which usually originates at or below the surface. The outer layer of the earth is solid and is divided into many sections known as plates. The points of origin of the earthquake within the crust or mantle is called the seismic focus. Since the focus is often deep below the surface, the location of the earthquake is often referred to as the point on the surface of the earth vertically above the seismic focus. This point is called the epicenter. Clear? Then उसके बाद क्या है कि protection against earthquakes means taken to cope with an earthquake. So आप write कर सकते हैं. The information about earthquakes and their intensity should be shared with the public through radio, television and newspapers. Construction of building based on earthquake resistant techniques and construct building over pillars made of concrete and iron that are built deep in the ground. Water ration, first aid kits, radio, flashlights, battery, blankets, jacket and fire extinguisher should be stored in safe place. If inside a building or a house, take over cover under a solid surface like a table or stand in a doorway. If one is outside, move to an open space away from the trees, electric poles and buildings. Switch off the gas and electric supply in the house during a quake and do not use elevators. After the quake is over, the affected people should be given immediate medical help. Transport and communication facilities should be restored as soon as possible. Clear, students? In your book, the first question is given: what is disaster management? So you can note down: disaster management refers to the measures taken for the safety and protection of life and property from natural or man-made disaster. This means being prepared for disasters, fighting disasters effectively, ensuring the safety of life during disasters, and helping in rebuilding society after the disaster. Clear? When a disaster strikes a society, external help is usually needed in the form of aid to cope with its impact. Clear? You can also add the 4 phases of disaster management are mitigation, preparation, response and recovery. Clear? The 5th question given in your notebook, जरूरी नहीं कि आप सीरियल वाइज ही करें, आप ऐसे भी राइट करके चल सकते हैं कि what are floods? List the measures you will take to cope with floods. Okay, so answer is there. A flood is an overflow of a large amount of water beyond its normal limits, especially over what is normally dry land. Flooding may occur as an overflow of water from water bodies such as a river, lake or ocean, in which the water overtops or breaks leaves, resulting in some of that water escaping its usual boundaries. Clear? Protection against floods also given here. Floods caused by clouds bursts, bursting of dams or tsunamis are called flash floods. Any flood is preceded by a threat period known as the probability period. This all allows the authorities to issue warning and plan evacuation. Artificial reservoirs should be built with sluice gates and sandbags should be used to block the flows of water. Loose grounds of or viaducts can be created to carry water in a certain direction or underground. Trees should be planted in the catchment areas to stop soil erosion. Clear? Now the third question in your book is given. Fourth question in your book is given. What is cyclone? What are the damages caused by a cyclone? So answer is there. You can note down. Cyclones that cross the path of cities cause major destruction to property as well as loss of life. A typical cyclone is characterized by heavy rainfall and strong winds. The winds of a cyclone are extremely powerful, reaching average speed of 150 kilometers per hour. These winds tear apart weak structure and some vehicle of the road. आप यहाँ से भी राइट कर सकते हैं और लिटिल पार्ट उसमें ऐड करेंगे अभी. अकॉर्डिंग टू मॉडर्न कन्वेंशन, a cyclone that form over the Indian Oceans is referred to as a cyclone, but is called hurricane if it form over the Atlantic Ocean, and typhoon if it forms over the Pacific Ocean. Clear this one? Now the next question number 6. What precautions should be taken during a tsunami? So you can also note down what precautions should be taken during a tsunami. So answer is there. Measures to be taken during the tsunami. People could move to the upper floors of a multi-storied building. People should have disaster supplies kit with them. People who have cattle should take them along. People should stay away from rivers that flow into the sea, and they should leave low-lying coastal areas. Clear? Now another next question is there. What is a nuclear disaster and how is it harmful? So you can also write down, a nuclear and radiation accident is defined by the International Atomic Energy Agency as an event that has led to significant consequences to the people, the environment, or the facility. Examples include lethal effects to individual, large radioactivity release into the environment, or reactor core melt. Clear? और जो नेक्स्ट पोर्शन है इसी क्वेश्चन का, हाउ न्यूक्लियर डिजास्टर इज हार्मफुल, सो आप उसमें ये भी ऐड करेंगे. रेडिएशन डैमेजेस DNA स्पेशली as it assemble in dividing cells. That means tissues which contain many dividing cells such as the gut lining, skin and bone marrow are the most at risk of damage. High enough doses also damage brain cells, and such doses are invariably fatal. Less severe damage can be treated, however. Clear? Next question is there. What precautions should be taken to prevent fire? What should be done to cope with the fire? So fire precautions are the measures taken and the fire protection features provided in a building that are designed to minimize the risk to the occupants from the outbreak of fire. The term general fire precaution is used to describe the structural features and available equipment used to ensure occupants of a buildings are able to exit the building and gather in a safe place in the event of a fire. So general fire precaution include such things as escape routes and fire exits, fire fighting equipment, raising the alarm, and making emergency plans. And you can also note down some points also given here. Coping with fire, आप अपनी बुक्स को पढ़िए अच्छे से और वहाँ से आप आंसर खुद कीजिए. The one another question, creative analysis and evaluation based questions यहाँ एक दिया गया है कि why are floods more frequent in northern India than in southern India? यू हैव टू राइट योर सेल्फ, और ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं आप। देन फ्लड is commonly in northern India than in southern India because of more rivers flowing through that direction may cause flood sometimes. And these C part, explain the following term in 1 or 2 sentences. So here is given some terms, and students, you have to do yourself. First of all, you will watch this video and read the chapter so you can do easily these terms: disaster, natural disaster, man-made disaster, focus, epicenter, Richter scale, cyclone, tsunami, and nuclear disaster. You have to write in your notebook yourself. आप प्रीवियस वीडियो देखिए, उसमें सारी की सारी चीज़ें दी गई हैं, वहाँ से भी आप नोट डाउन कर सकते हैं। क्वेश्चन और आंसर ऑल्सो, these E also match the cause and effect with the disaster. Read this, given the cause, disaster and effect, and you will match according to given the statements. You have to do MCQs also yourself.